Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 26th of March 2024. In 1971, East Pakistan declared its independence from Pakistan to form Bangladesh, and the Bangladesh Liberation War begins. In 1975, the Biological Weapons Convention comes into force. In 1979, on the same day, Anwar al-Sadat, Menachem Begin, and Jimmy Carter signed the Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty in Washington, D.C. On 26th of March 1931, New Delhi officially replaced Calcutta as the capital of the British Indies, marking a significant milestone in the history of India. 26th of March is celebrated as Purple Day of Epilepsy. The day also reminds people suffering from epilepsy that they are not alone. Starting the newspaper, analyst with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Putin blames Islamic extremists for last week's concert massacre. Putin, who has said over the weekend the 4 attackers were arrested while trying to escape to Ukraine, didn't mention the affiliate of the Islamic State group that claimed responsibility for the attack. Russian President Vladimir Putin lights a candle to commemorate victims of an attack on the Krokosty Hall concert venue on the day national mourning in Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Monday that the gunmen who carried out the concert hall attack that killed over 130 people in a Moscow suburb last week were radical Islamists. Speaking in a meeting with the government officials, Mr. Putin said the killings were carried out by extremists whose ideology the Islamic world has been fighting for centuries. In news overall states the United Nations Security Council for the first time demands immediate ceasefire in Gaza. It also demands the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. Israel says Hamas took 253 hostages during its October 7 attack. Members of the United Nations Security Council vote on a Gaza resolution that demands an immediate ceasefire for the month of the Ramadan, leading to a permanent sustainable ceasefire and the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages at United Nations headquarters in New York City, United States, March 25, 2024. The United Nations Security Council on March 25 demanded an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Palestinian militants Hamas and the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages after the United States abstained from the vote. The remaining 14 council members voted for the resolution, which was proposed by the 10 elected members of the body. According to the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that Wang Chuk-led groups in Ladakh demand constitutional protection under the 6th schedule. Wang Chuk is currently on 21-day fast in Ladakh in the open in sub-zero temperatures to press for his demands. Several groups in Ladakh, led by environmentalists and educationists, Sona Wangchuk, are demanding constitutional measures enabling them to protect their land, culture, and environment. Ladakh is being treated like a colony, with the bureaucrats from outside controlling all policies related to the ecologically sensitive region, Wangchuk alleged on Sunday in a web near. Hindustan Times also states that uncovering the origins of CAA and its implication for India. The notification of the CAA rules on the eve of the India's 2024 general election has kicked off a fresh debate over the law, its implementation provision, and the resulting implications for the future of secularism in India. On March 11, the Government of India formally notified the rules implementing the 2019 Citizenship Amendment Act (CAA). The law provides persecuted religious minorities hailing from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan an expected pathway to Indian citizenship, provided they belong to the Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, Jain, Parsi, or Sikh communities. Notably, the law does not provide such a pathway to those who belong to the Muslim faith. Hindustan Times also states that Lok Sabha election 2024, how partisanship plays out in India. Maintaining partisanship involves asking people about their self-identification into a party campus. Elections in India are notably for their volatility. Voters' choices are notoriously difficult to predict with large swings from one election to the next. Adding to this uncertainty is the fact that historically party brands are weak and officially party members is low. It is no wonder then that a partnership has not featured prominently in discussions of contemporary Indian politics. In political science of parallelness, the term partnership is used to describe the stable and emotional attachment that some voters feel toward the political parties. This is emotional attachment which transcends mere support for the party at the ballot. Is prevalent among voters in most parts of the world and affects political discourse and behavior in the fundamental ways. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, gold firms on hopes for United States Federal Reserve rate cut, softer dollar. Gold prices rose to an all-time high on Thursday after Fed policymakers indicated they is still expected to reduce interest rates by the 3/4 of percentage point by the end of 2024, despite recent high inflation readings. Gold prices edged higher on Monday as the revenue held that the United States Federal Reserve would begin cutting interest rates in June, and a soft dollar lifted billions appeal gold price today. From the aviation point of view, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun to step down in a management shakeup and amid safety crisis. The plane maker also said that the Stan Deal Boeing commercial airplanes, the president and CEO would retire, and Stephanie Pope would lead the business. Boeing's co-CEO Dave Calhoun will step down by year end in a broad management shakeup brought on by the plane maker's sprawling safety crisis stemming from a January mid-air plane panel blowout on 737 MAX plane. Dave Calhoun, CEO of Boeing, speaks on the stage during the delivery of the final 747 jet at their plant in Everett, Washington, United States, January 31, 2023. How smart is the center's smart meter plan, and why Kerala's move to opt out underscores some of the scheme's inadequacies. This was even before the Kerala's decision to break away, which was triggered primarily by the opposition to the scheme from the trade unions of the grounds that it would lead to private control of the state's power sector. Kerala's move towards an alternate model for the rollout of smart electricity meters, effectively jettisoning the centers of rupees 3 lakh crore smart meter projects, comes as a spanner in the works for the union. The center's scheme is being pushed on a design, build, finance, own, operate, transfer model by private operators across the states through the TOTEX contract. Going to the world news, including Pakistani forces kill 4 insurgents while attack on the naval facility in Balochistan. Trump urges Israel to finish up its Gaza offensive and warns about the global sporting fading. Russia envoy ignores summons over the missile that Poland says entered its airspace. A Putin concert hall attack conducted by Islamists but suggests Ukraine leak. Trump to face jurors in April before facing United States voters in November. Netanyahu cancels Israeli delegation to United States over the United Nations Gaza vote. Going towards the science and technology, Jonathan Haidt wants to cancel smartphones. The NYU professor Jonathan Haidt became a favorite in Silicon Valley for his work on what he called the coding of young people. Now he has an idea for fixing Generation Z. The social psychologist and author of the Jonathan Haidt, whose work can be summed up as a guide to changing yourself in a New York on March 7, 2024. The NYU professor became a favorite in Silicon Valley for his work on what he called the coding of the young people. Now he has an idea for the fixing Generation Z. From the artificial intelligence point of view, Zoom Workplace brings artificial intelligence assistance across meeting, chat, phone. Meet your new artificial intelligence sidekick for work. Zoom's artificial intelligence companion can draft agendas, recap meeting, prioritize tasks, and more, all via conversational prompts. Your meetings are about to get smarter thanks to Zoom's artificial intelligence power ups. This teeny device sticks up on your iPhone and summarizes calls with ChatGPT. Cloud Note is the digital secretary you never knew you needed. The device uses ChatGPT to transcribe your calls. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Abu al-Kifari. Abu Dhar once described the people of the world that says, they breed what will they ultimately bury. They build what will eventually be destroyed. They hold firm to what is empirical, ephemeral, and they forsake what is everlasting. Hence, blessed are two cries people dominate most, death and poverty. He also says a famous quotation says that things to do to cool down our anger. When one of the becomes angry while standing, he should sit down. If the anger leaves him, well and good, otherwise he should lie down. Narrated from Abu Dhar, the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, peace be upon them all. Okay, thank you.